Clarkson is a wonderful place to come. It's personal.
If you're looking for a challenge and you like to use your imagination, you like to tinker and build things, then this is the major for you.
It was very competitive. I learned a lot. I worked with a lot of different people, made new friends, got a lot of different ideas.
Clarkson is definitely challenging, but it's worthwhile.
Since day one, the professors have always treated everybody as like a person and not as a number.
It's not a cutthroat, place to be. It's a place where people will help you if you have questions. So it's been a good atmosphere to learn in.
Clarkson University has provides me with a chance to learn beyond the classroom. I can put in an environment where I'm studying stuff about NASA.
What chemical engineers do touches all of us in our daily lives. To put it in a nutshell, what the chemist produces in a test tube with a reaction, chemical engineers are the people who help produce in large amounts for our use. If you like chemistry, physics, and mathematics, then chemical engineering may be the right field for you.
Well, in this particular class, what we're trying to do is to get them to solve real-life engineering problems in a fairly realistic environment. They're working in small groups and they're solving very much an open-ended problem.
Classroom experience is pretty informative. They've got like all the state-of-the-art equipment in there, so you're always seeing videos or they're pulling up computer images on the screen.
There are several group projects, and it's very helpful because that's what industry is looking for.
I break the class up into small groups and then go over each student and discuss with them and look at their notes and see what they're writing, what they're doing, and then pull all that together and then talk about that.
With this project is pretty big, and it's almost like you're a real engineer.
We get a lot of cool labs to do. In my fluid mechanics class, for instance, we did a fluid flow experiment, and we also have a couple of distillation columns that are kind of fun to run.
So it's going to be hands-on, experiential laboratory type work, so that hopefully by the time they're done, they'll understand the characteristics of the subject matter that underlies that course, but at the same time I've also had some hands-on experience with the equipment and with the testing, giving them something which they can say, gee, I really learned something about something new about materials.
I think I made a good decision coming here because Clarkson prepared me to go out and work. They gave me the basic skills that you need in chemical engineering.
I've had a internship over the summer with Bristol Myers Squibb in Syracuse and their pharmaceutical company.
My co-op was in the paper industry, and Clarkson, they did give me the background where I could go in and I could learn what I needed to know.
I worked with Eveready over summer, and they basically gave me projects to deal with the quality engineering.
I worked for Mobil Oil Corporation at the refinery in Paulsboro, New Jersey.
The whole discipline is a very analytical one, and so it says that's why it is the analog of good liberal education, except with technical material. They come from all over the world. Students who come here are certainly exposed to the international culture that they no doubt will see when they go to work. These days it's impossible to imagine a technical person particularly going to work without having to deal with business in an international way.
When you go through high school, when you're always doing the work, it seems like busy work. Like it doesn't lead anywhere, it doesn't apply to anything. Then when you get into a school, college atmosphere, and into an actual major, the work that you're doing relates to industry, to actual happenings, and you're able to see what you're doing and how it turns out.
To fit into the chemical engineering department, I think you have to be a very hardworking individual. I feel it's one of the most challenging majors at Clarkson.
If you're willing to work for it, you'll get whatever you want out of the program.
And so there's a real opportunity for the
young women in our society to make a contribution in this area.
The big sister that I met through the SWE program gave me a confidence when I first came to Clarkson, that it was a home, that I was able to, relax, and then if I had any problems, I could go to her and talk to her about if I had any questions about curriculum or what classes I needed to take.
The exciting thing is, taking this knowledge that I've learned and being able to apply it somewhere in the workforce. I got to experience that last summer at my summer internship. I worked at Mobile Chemical, and I sort of refound my love for chemical engineering because I was actually taking the things I learned and applying them, and I understood why I was learning these things and how they were applied to today's world. So.
Our faculty size currently is 15. They come from not only all over the country but all over the world. Our faculty, several of them are internationally known for their work. They are invited to international meetings to give talks, which is a measure of the stature that they have in the community. They're highly respected people, and their knowledge of their field is very current and very up to date.
Here at Clarkson, we try to keep the faculty aware of what's going on. That is, we all try to work on our own understanding of where the field is and where it's going, and where what we're teaching can actually be applied.
There is a research program here, and so professors do keep up to date. But on the other hand, the focus of the school is mainly teaching, and therefore the perspective is kept that the most important thing about the university is education.
I try to act as a mentor, if you will, for the students. And what we try to do is we try to provide an environment for the students so that when they do things correctly, they get a lot of positive feedback. And when they do things not as correctly, that's explained to them in a way that they can then go back and redo the way they think.
I like teaching the students to be able to think as engineers. I like the interaction with them. I like teaching classes about this size, and I absolutely love this subject.
The facilities are very modern. Our faculty are always active, seeking support from industry and government to upgrade the laboratories, buy state-of-the-art equipment and computers for the students to use.
What's excited me most is just taking the skills and the applications I learned from the book and applying them to the different labs and seeing that they work. And to me, that's pretty cool.
Exciting is the fact that this actual experiment has been conducted in space. It has applications to everyday life and possible applications to long life in outer space, so it actually makes a difference.
And in fact, there's a group of us within our chemical engineering department, but actually across the university, that's working on developing CD-ROM-based self-help interactive multimedia type presentations on materials that these students can use.
We started off with an NSF-funded project that it's called Thin Film Technologies. Thin films are used widely in the microelectronics industry, and we're writing multimedia software to basically explain how to grow thin films from an engineering viewpoint.
This type of thing is very rare right now. I mean, it is a new technology, and Clarkson is right on the cutting edge right now.
And Clarkson has a fine reputation out there with industry. And that's why they come back. To give you an example, just 2 or 3 years ago, we graduated 40 BS students. There were 80 companies on campus looking for chemical engineers.
Clarkson's chemical engineering department is very highly regarded in the chemical and related industries for the high quality of its undergraduate Chem-E program and the readiness of its graduates to quickly contribute and take on responsibility in industry.
I'm currently the Procter & Gamble Research and Development Recruiter at Clarkson. So I work with both the co-op and the seniors in their full-time job searches. We've had excellent experiences over the many years with Clarkson graduates and continue to increase our program.
Chemical engineering, I think the future looks pretty good. Our bachelor students come in, and particularly the ones that do some practical work like this, get $40,000 a year approximately, and we've placed most of them. My graduate students get $55,000 or $60,000 a year when they go out of here.
Clarkson gives you enough experience with the hands-on and the theory and the labs that you can do a little bit of anything that you want.
Clarkson University stands out in industry because students are known for having hands-on experience and being able to walk into the workplace and do their job.
You have to be on your toes, but I think it prepares you very well so far for the outside world. What I hear from people that already have jobs and have had co-ops, Clarkson does an excellent job of preparing you.
Well, I'm actually kind of veering off a little bit from chemical engineering. I'm applying to medical schools this semester, so hopefully in the fall of '96 I will be attending medical school. And many people say, why are you in chemical engineering if you want to go into medicine? And for me, it's been a really good background. I've had a lot of experience in problem solving and have developed different skills that I think will help me in my future career.
I'm very excited. I'm 23 years old and I'm making my dreams come true because of this opportunity.
And I think about coming to Clarkson. I think the main reason I will come to Clarkson is for the quality education here at Clarkson.
Talk.